When is the best time to play Deadlock? 6 a.m. of course, after a full adult recommended 8 hours of sleep. Consume your morning food or beverage of choice and sit down and play a relaxing game of Deadlock with the other folks who also have to be at work in a couple hours. Of course, this is an unattainable scenario for most of you who play Deadlock. I know who you are, staying up till 4 a.m. rage queuing just to try and get that one win with Haze. But hey, trust me, a couple hours later, the morning before work crowd is having a very good time and is the best time to queue. For today's 6 a.m. journey, I don't drink caffeine, so I just raw hopped onto a game with low expectations, but still recording, just in case. I've been enjoying a lot of Mirage lately, post-nerf specifically. I like what they did with the Scarab. It's an actual interesting usable ability now. Still probably need something different about the Tornado, but that's a different conversation. As today I would like to talk about something I really haven't made a video topic on. Usually when I make a video, I either stay even throughout a game or have to play from behind. That's where most stories are, but I haven't really talked about pulling a lead early, holding that lead, and actually using it with your team's success in mind. But in order to talk about that, first we have to acquire that lead. And I wouldn't say Mirage is a super successful laner. He definitely needs a good amount of scaling before he starts doing damage. Until then, he's a bit of a tickle monster, unless he manages to get a 4-time stack on ya. Otherwise, especially with the Scarab changes, he is deceptively good at surviving. And sometimes, that's all you need in lane. Wraith and Furnace is definitely a little tricky of a lane. Wraith having really good damage output and an unmatched survival tool. And Infernus, who is mostly just tickle damage, but with a comparable survival tool. So we really have to catch them off guard for a chance to get a kill, especially since Kelvin isn't the highest of damage dealers. If we can catch them off guard or out of position, however, Kelvin's slow should make it rather easy to rake up those deadly stacks and beetles for pretty solid damage output, which is seen here as Kelvin tries to sneak their minion camp, causing both to use their mobility abilities, with Infernus playing way up, meaning he has barely any tools to escape on top of Kelvin's Ice Beam, holding him back for us to microwave his health bar down with, giving us that first kill and the start of our lead.
For the Jin! For the Jin! Yeah, he's going under.
I should not do that. It's like 2 in the morning. Holy f.
Now is a solid position to start thinking about holding this lead with. Lane leads are very fragile and really don't mean a lot. I covered a lot of the not dying by not taking a ton of damage in my previous video, so check that out for that part of the lane. Essentially, we just gotta keep up our pressure without putting ourselves in a position that will get us killed. Keep our farm up, use pressure to steal souls, and grab local farm when we can. Simple enough. These guys aren't going to play super aggressive like the last play again, and there's no need to try and get greedy here. We do end up pulling the aggro when the mole came over to gank. We were stealing their camp again, but the Thunderdome isolated Wraith before either Infernus or the mole reached us for that kill. And Infernus was absolutely not in fighting range, in which he unfortunately barely survived, and then this is the part where I realized something really fun about their team. They pretty much have a full team that is capable of locking down the biggest threat and getting rid of it. As seen by these two, I get ulted by both Wraith and the mole, and of course that's a very easy kill. It didn't help I was out of position looking for Infernus, but after that it's a very big thing to consider. If I am holding a lead against that comp, there's a good chance the enemy team also notices that I'm holding a lead, and I am going to be hard focused. Thankfully, all that gank did was close their soul gap a little bit, as I have a fun ability that instantly gets me back to the waves to not lose nearly as much. Fortunately, the lane was left unattended and I do not have the wave clear speed to stop anyone, let alone a Wraith from taking the Guardian. Back to the thankfully part though, with it gone, my role in this game is more open. My way of looking at it as Mirage specifically is a goalkeeper of sorts. We're not quite holding a lead yet, but I am a little ahead. And since I am ahead and also confident in my ability as a fighter, I need to be wherever necessary. In this example specifically, I want to try and defend the unattended blue Guardian. Unfortunately, our wave clear ability strikes again. We'll fix that later, but the mole is open for a free kill, and the moment that he is taken care of, I had been watching the map the whole time. I got a warp to the yellow walker ready to go, as I was watching that wave be pushed in by Wraith, and there was nobody else available to take care of that. If I weren't paying attention, the walker is probably gone. And if I was not playing Mirage, I was at the yellow walker first instead of chasing Bow and Crow. With the TP, however, we get a little bit of that wave and kill souls from mid and immediately pick up another wave from that yellow push and a bit of local jungle. While everyone else is team fighting, we are watching the rest of the game and keeping it safe. Since it was clear the crew mostly wanted to fight, I just wanted to hold down yellow since it seemed Wraith really wanted that walker. Just had to keep that section of the map clear until I had an ult up to defend other issues with, and I'm not super concerned about the fighting as Wraith is going to be their biggest damage dealer and she clearly isn't interested in helping. Here's an interesting decision to make. Paradox got annihilated on blue, and I was about to ult for that defense, but I held off because Kelvin was coming over and I wasn't so sure they were going to push for that walker. Specifically since I had a couple over on yellow starting a fight, and my suspicions were correct. More showed up on yellow to gank and my presence there was more valuable. And we traded kills 2 for 1. Plus that green was getting pushed in and I still had my ult available for that instead. Completely different situation if I had left for blue. Green gets pushed in and takes a bunch of damage. We might not get the 2 picks, or worse, we lose a fight without me there. But that's a big plus to watching your map, having a keen eye on the map, and being prepared to make decisions based on the map. That's all macro skill, and since I have that lead at this point, I need to be ready to be that difference maker, something Wraith is sort of failing to do by not being particularly helpful for her team. Here's a huge power spike from Mirage that I'm very happy to hit early, getting that tier 3 upgraded mark plus Ricochet. Getting 8 times mark is easy to understand. You hit that point, your target is probably dead. But Ricochet is such a game changer. Usually I'm iffy on picking up Ricochet as a farming item, but since the Ricochet shots also apply those marks to nearby targets, it hugely increases our farm speed, especially on the big boy camps, and making it easy to wipe team fights since if they are bunched up, they are all getting that mark instead of having to either hard focus one target or try and evenly distribute marks on multiple targets. Now just go ham on one and everyone dies. So Ricochet, really good on Mirage, and I like getting it very early on him with that mark upgrade. The next big thing I was watching that I needed to maintain was the urn our crew was delivering. I want to go help fight, but 2 of their pretty big fighters were pushing green instead. I now have a way to very quickly clear the troopers, and I wanted to keep that up, so before I do anything, I clear that out, get the mole kill, and start pushing for that walker with the eyes on the map the moment I need to help. And that ended up being Wraith pushing blue now, so we are doing this dance again, which did get 7 killed since a couple pulled up over there to kill him and he didn't leave, but I get the defense, and since they went to green, we get the yellow walker.
Run away!
Here I make a bit of a mistake. I went to punish their side attacks by pushing for mid walker, but instead of totally bailing, I kind of went half and half with kills and kind of running away. And not without a fight, I get a couple mean parries in, and if the mole didn't show up, it might have been a different story, but I get the dynamo pick anyways because 8 times bark.
I didn't choose this fight.
I'm coming, Mirage, I'm coming. Oh, you're underground.
I have a solid lead at this point, so I'm not too concerned about that death. Just can't be doing that anymore. The crew was up fighting for urn and that green walker. Another situation I was very much wanting to ult on, but I had to defend yellow. Hayes decided she wanted to fight that for some reason and doesn't do too bad with her ult. Unfortunately for her, I know the average Hayes player cannot aim after their ult is gone. Just gotta take it easy, get those marks in, and a bit of Ricochet will do the trick. And now we can go TP to green to turn the fight if needed. But when I made it over, I seem to have picked the perfect time where both sides decide to have a truce. But no problem, I'd rather be safe and be there in that situation. I needed an emergency TP to stop the Haze even though we had a collapse coming in on her. Thankfully the glass cannon on her build was noted and she died fast. Plus ult is fully upgraded now so we can be anywhere on the map at almost any time. Another big power spike.
She's got 3 kills.
She has no green. She has no green. Look at her.
Get her.
Lash fighting the mole, might as well head over. Why am I in the middle of no moles or Lash? Couldn't tell you, but I'm not upset since the ult's ready to go in 30 seconds. We were running an urn with deposit disadvantage. I just wanted to be ready for whatever sloppy situation will pop up, and my decision was to go help take out the mole in mid because they are most likely going to full stack that deposit location. I want that last walker, and if we get that space, it gives us room to collapse on them, as I trust my team's ability to fight, even if that means dragging it out long enough for my arrival. And if it becomes ugly, I still have a TP. And I'm just gonna let you see how opening that space works out for us.
No.
Did you slam him after that ult?
What the f? Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
And we still got a TP to take care of that minor inconvenience on green, while the crew cracked a base and picked up rejuve.
I don't want to alarm you. She's built a green item.
No.
It's over for us.
Brother.
Now we wait for action, clear as much farm as we can to continue snowballing, and the moment there's an issue, we are there.
Dude, that's so weird.
You want to drop it to me?
I have 5,000 HP.
That issue would be a push for Yellow Walker, which at this point there's not much defending that. They just mow through it. But TP's ready to go again, and the crew is fighting around an urn to be deposited. I just showed up to help out, even though most of the problem's been taken care of already. I thought we were backing out, but they went into push base, just had to pick up an item and warp right back into the action once again. And we just gotta do what we can to help the team wrap it up. Clear the objectives, harass their backline, die in their backline, and we are done here while maintaining the big lead through the whole game, while also creating significant impact without it being in your face obvious impact, other than the 11 kills of course. I do also love Haze's complaints considering how she played this game and her build.